Babe, you know I'm 5 months pregnant.
What?
I'm not 12 weeks. I'm 5 months pregnant.
Imagine if your baby is like my second coming. It's me, but worse.
Babe, there is only one Lottie Moss.
True.
And there will only ever be one Lottie Moss. So
Yeah.
I get this phone call and it's, you have a message from inmate or like a visit. I can't remember what it said, but it's basically Lottie rang me from jail. Lottie rang me. She got one phone call. I don't know why she picked me.
No, because I came in, obviously, I was wearing a full night out. So they were like, we have some clothes you can wear. So they gave me this grey jumper, grey trackies.
Oh, she's orange is the new black.
I got black pumps. So I was wearing these 7-inch Dior heels that, obviously I couldn't wear in the cell in case I tried to, off myself with it. So they had to hand everything in. So I was wearing that outfit, and then when I left, they give you back your clothes. They were like, do you want to keep it?
Did you have to cough? You know, when they check everything, anything's in your bum?
I did have to squat though, and bend over.
Men are very simple. If they want to, they will.
Yeah,
it's so black and white. You have to be so feral with yourself.
It's so simple, and they're so simple-minded, and I hate to say it, but if they want to text you, they will.
Yeah.
If they don't give a shit about you, they will damn well show you that they don't care.
He had organised, which I didn't see, thankfully, a photographer. He was hiding in the bush opposite, and then after, no word of a lie, he was like, right, we've got him for an hour. So we had to go around the whole hotel doing literal shots of me running through rose bushes thinking I'm
but that's quite cute.
I don't know who I thought I was. We were snogging and being proper cringe. Honestly,
he's amazing.
I say to girls now, I'm like, stay strong, girlies.
Stay strong.
You'll find the one.
The streets are hard, but it's worth it in the end.
The streets are hard, but they get shiny in the end.
Well, we'll see. Evan,
do you know what?
Take notes.
Is that what your boyfriend's called?
Yeah.
How do I not even know his name?
No, because his Instagram name is Ketema.
Oh.
Yeah. It's actually not even, it's not what you
trust
think. You were just always there for me. You were always, why am I getting emotional? No, but you were such a good friend to me. You were always there for me. And all everything that was happening at that time. And I was in such a crazy time. And I was crazy myself. And you were just always with the boyfriends and everything. You were always just there for me. All right, guys, welcome back to Dream On with me, your host, Lottie Moss. And today I am here with a very special guest.
Hi, guys.
Emily Blackwell, my longtime friend and influencer and Made in Chelsea star.
I can't bear the intro. I love it.
How are you today?
I'm just honoured to be in your bed.
I'm actually so happy to have you on because it's so much nicer when I get to do this with my actual friends and people that I've known. I've known you since I was 17, 18.
You were a young
spring chicken.
You still are. But wait, how many years younger are you than me? I was
you were
like my younger sister, basically.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm 28 now. Am I? Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah. And you're
26. So only 2 years.
Only 2 years.
Yeah, but it felt like a lot.
That felt like a long time.
It felt like a lot, but then also you were always the mum of because obviously, so for a bit of context, me and Emily used to live together. She was the first person I lived with in London.
No, can we just tell you this story, right? This is people take the piss of when people meet in girls' bathrooms in a club. Lottie and I genuinely met in a bathroom and literally looked at each other, said, should we be best friends? And Lottie said, I want to move to London. And I was like, me too. Bear in mind, we'd known each other.
Was it not the smoking area?
Oh, it may have been the smoking area, sorry, not the bathroom. And you said, yeah, should we go look at houses tomorrow?
And that we did.
And she literally messaged me the next day being like, hey, I'm coming to London to look at flats. Do you want to join? I was like, okay.
And the rest is history.
The rest is damn history. What a flat, what a time.
Yeah, that was my first night out ever in London. And I'd come and I'd met Jamie Lang and Hampy.
Oh my God.
And then they were and then Jamie went to go, and I didn't know this at the time, but Jamie had a girlfriend. And I was fresh 18, by the way. Weirdo, Jamie. But anyway, went to go meet Jamie. He brought Hampy. Jamie had to go meet his girlfriend. I didn't know about this. And me and Jamie had been messaging. So funny, such lore, I know. And And then Happy was like, do you want to go out instead? Like, because I was just going to go back home. And he was like, I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. So ended up going to obviously Bodo's, which is now, I mean, I don't even know what it is now.
Then it was Mahiki Kensington.
No, it was Bodo's at this point still.
Yeah, but that's
and
how
then it was
some
Mahiki
people
Kensington,
That's how some people might know it. But
and that was my first night out ever. And then I met you in the smoking area.
I know. And then honestly,
I still remember. I have it in my brain. Like, I remember.
So, like I was wearing a white dress.
Yeah, really? You remember what you were wearing?
And I remember when we moved in together, it was the year where your modelling career had like really taken off.
Yeah.
And I remember you were like travelling so much. You were going to New York. You were going like, yeah, I'm modelling for Chanel. Then I'm doing Topshop. And then I'm off to here. And I was just there like, okay, I'm just borrowing my mum's Amex. I'll see you soon. Enjoy. I've got no job.
No, but then
I don't know what I'm doing with myself.
No, but to be fair, I mean, I think no one lived the life that I did at that age. Let's be honest.
To be fair, you know what? The weirdest thing is you didn't even enjoy it.
I didn't enjoy it.
Like, I remember you ringing me, being like,
I was so
you
upset.
were crying because you locked yourself in a bathroom, and you were like in New York or something, or Japan or somewhere like that, and you were like, I can't do this. Like, I'm so upset. I just don't like this. You really just didn't enjoy it. I was like, get that paycheck, honey.
Yeah, you were like,
get out of there.
You got to feed the family when you get home. Think about us back here at the flat.
And I was like, bring me back some freebies.
Literally. Oh my God, I remember it. And I used to have such an extensive closet, and me and Emily would just share everything. Like, so I would just get given all this fucking free shit.
She used to get
I was like a good flatmate in that sense, like that you got to borrow so much of my stuff. Like,
you were messy as hell.
I was so messy, and Emily cleaned every time. Like, you were in the kitchen scrubbing.
I was scrubbing. But I would do that, in exchange for a Chanel bag.
Do anything for a Chanel bag.
Yeah, there was Givenchy bags you got gifted. Honestly, I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah,
there was just tons and tons of amazing free stuff, and I was there just borrowing all of it, pretending it was all mine. Meanwhile, I had
tagging
no job.
Thanks, Givenchy, for this amazing bag.
Yeah.
No, that was so fun. But yeah, so we lived together in our first flat, and it was chaos. Let's be honest. It was
chaos. I can only explain it as if like, you were basically like, it's like a mum running after their toddler in the park. And just having zero control on the toddler. And
it's giving, like, you know that video of the guy where it goes, Fenton in the park? Like, yes, that's you. Lottie!
It's literally Fenton. That was me screaming for Lottie. Most weekends, just basically.
I actually do have to, like, thank you, though, for being probably the only stable person in my life at that time. Because, like, I really didn't have any other stability, and you were just always there for me. You were always, why am I getting emotional? Like, telling you, man? No, but you were such a good friend to me. You were always there for me. And like, all like everything that was happening at that time. And I was in such a like crazy time. And I was crazy myself. And you were just always like with the boyfriends and everything. You were always just there for me. Aww. I remember when Alex and me. Throwback. When me and Alex, my first boyfriend when I moved to London, when I think I've spoken about this on here, I'm not sure. But yeah, when we had something had happened when we'd had that threesome, and then it
wait, that wasn't a threesome between me.
No, not me and Emily. When I'd had that threesome with Alex, do you remember? And then I came back and I was so upset about it.
Oh,
and you were like, he was on the intercom, and you were like, go away. She doesn't want to see you.
Yeah. I remember that, yeah. I mean, there was some pretty wild time. Yeah, I remember
What's your craziest time that you remember that? Do you remember anything? I remember
I don't know if I can say it.
You can say it.
The craziest time I don't think you've ever spoken, was honestly when I remember being out at my friend's, and I stayed at my friend's house, and I knew that you had been out that night. And after most nights out, I had to like literally find Lottie because I was always wondering about where you were.
I know what you're going to say.
And I get this phone call, and it's, you have a message from inmate or like a visit. I can't remember what it said, but it's basically Lottie rang me from jail. Lottie rang me. She got one phone call. I don't know why she picked me.
They actually did give me more than one. They actually did, thank God. You wouldn't have been my only one. I called my lawyer. Don't trust me. Trust me. I knew Emily was going to get me up jail, but yeah, I did. I called you and I was like in tears.
Yeah. You were like, I'm still
You laughed. You were like, ha ha.
No, I was like, Lottie, you were like, I'm still in the clothes from the night before. Get me out of here.
Yeah, I had to wear jail clothes and then They put me in a jail outfit in jail because I was wearing 7-inch heels.
She wasn't like fully like convicted, by the way, guys. It was just a one night thing.
It was one night.
It was like a cool down cell.
Maybe 4 hours as well. Like it was actually no, I was in there for like from like 3 a.m. till like midday the next day.
Yeah, not even like it was like 10 a.m.
But no, because I came in obviously like I was wearing like a full like night out outfit. So they were like, we have some clothes you can wear. So they gave me this like grey jumper, grey trackies, like grey trackie.
Oh my gosh, she's orange is the new black.
I got black pumps. Because I was wearing these 7-inch Dior heels. That, like obviously I couldn't wear in the cell in case I tried to like, you know, off myself with it. So they had to hand everything in. So I was wearing that outfit. And then when I left, they give you back your clothes. They were like, do you want to keep it?
Did you have to like cough? You know, when they check everything, anything's in your bum?
I did have to squat though and like bend over.
I can just imagine you being like, he'll be like, bend over and you'll be like, oh, okay.
No, it was two women. Still.
Yeah, one experience. That was probably the worst. That's when I was like, okay, right. We need to rein this in. Yeah. I also remember confronting a guy who'd stolen money off
to be fair, a lot of people stole stuff from that flat. And I remember like going into my like jewelry box at one point, and I remember it was like this one with like a picture of me and an old friend of mine, and I opened it up and someone had gone into my stuff and stolen my great grandma's engagement ring and stolen like I remember like once I came down there was makeup all over the bed. Like they used to go through all my shit. People were ratchet.
Yeah,
like,
but
to be fair, I did invite every time.
Lottie literally had this problem where, like, bless you, it's not a problem.
It is a problem. It was not so much anymore.
She, like, everyone would obviously, like, because of your name and who you were, and, you know, at the time, you were very, very in the press and social media, and it was very, like, I don't know, all eyes on you. I was
very naive at the time as well.
So
I thought
naive.
Everyone was my friend.
Everyone was your friend. You were like, this girl's... And I literally used to just sit there and just, like, shake my head and be like...
I remember Lottie, they're not coming back. Like, they're not your friend. I remember the amount of times you used to say that to me. Like, and to be fair, sometimes it would be like, oh, yeah. Like, sometimes I just needed that voice to be like, oh, okay, yeah, that probably isn't a good idea right now.
I know, but I feel like you've learned loads.
Oh my God, babe. Like, it's actually crazy to think like how far I have really come. Like, now I'm like, I don't think I've ever had an after party at my flat, ever. Like, one person around for a glass of wine, but like, but the thing is, like, when you're that age, like, I was at 18, I had so much money, so many opportunities. Like I was always kind of, and all the things I was doing with work, if they weren't shoots, were events where there's alcohol.
Yeah.
It was being given to me by people at my agents and stuff. Like, do you want to drink? So like, obviously there's something was going to go wrong there.
Yeah.
It's like when you see like child stars, like,
no, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's such an obvious situation. I don't get why they don't put more rules on it. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I just think that as well, just some people take advantage and they just
Definitely. Oh yeah, I used to pay for everything. Like when people came over, I paid for everything, all the alcohol, everything. And it's crazy to think that I would do that.
Yeah.
But I was, as well, just moved to London. I was looking for like validation so heavily from people. I was looking for friends. Do you know what I mean? I wanted to meet people because that is a time in your life when you first move to London, you're like, first move to a big city, and that's when you finally like really meet people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you were finding your place where you fit in, you know?
Yeah.
And I just think it took you just a little bit of learning that and realising that there are a lot of
bad people.
Just not nice people
because
in this
we
world.
have actually got law in our friendship about a guy that we were friends with as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. There was a guy that I was friends with and he was like hellish, wasn't he?
Yeah. Again, he stole thousands of pounds from you. So that was, but also I think the effect of like not being deep, but being a bit deep. Like I do think that you counted those people and certain people as your really, really close friends. And then when they go behind
the guy that really did me dirty, that guy, he actually pretended really strongly to be my very good friend.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like I was being an idiot in that situation because he really like pulled out the stops with our friendship.
Oh,
like
he was fully,
Yeah. There were signs that I should have seen. There were definitely red flags, but in terms of how he was,
I even enjoyed hanging out with him. We'd hang out a lot together, us three.
Yeah.
And then we basically cut a really, really long story short. We found out that he stole about 5,000 to 10,000 pounds worth of stuff from Lottie because on one night he took Lottie's card and then he just used it for online payments. And Lottie's accountant, who then I got to know because you guys would have like meetings in the flat, he said, why do you keep spending all money on Net-a-Porter or whatever?
It was Matches Fashion.
Matches
He
Fashion.
was like, you need to not spend this much money on that. And then I was like, wait, I didn't do that. And then we did sleuthing and I got my assistant, Jill. Do you remember Jill?
She was great.
Love Jill. I got my assistant at the time to dig into it and email matches and get the
IP address, the address that
it was sent to and who signed for it. And it was him. And he'd ordered £3,000 worth of clothes. And
no, he'd ordered this.
Do you remember
the cheek of it?
Yeah.
The Balenciaga trainers.
The blue Balenciaga trainers.
He then put on our group chat, "Hey girls, do you like my new Balenciagas?"
The cheek of it. The cheek of him to actually...
Little did you know you paid for them.
I cannot. That is actually the craziest thing probably that's ever happened to me. In terms of the fact that he not only like stole the money and paid for something, the fact that he actually posted it to us and said like, hey, look. And he said like, my dad bought these for me or something. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
That is unhinged behaviour.
So... It's so crazy that you run into these people in your life. And I think I came into London really naive, not thinking that people would ever be like that. Obviously, I got a fucking, reality check. Yeah. But I just didn't think, I'm just not built like that. I would never do that to anyone. I would never steal anyone's money. I would never steal anything.
So you don't think anyone would do it to you?
I didn't think anyone would do it to me. Yeah. I just when I'm really friends with people, I'm actually friends with them. There are obviously people I don't like, but I don't spend time with them.
Yeah.
I've always been like that. You remember when we used to go out to the clubs and I used to be so rude to people if I didn't like them. I'm like, nah, bye. But if I like you and if I fuck with you, I fuck with you heavy and it's real,
Yeah.
So I just couldn't wrap my head around that somebody would be fake like that.
It happens.
But I remember when I told you about it as well, and you were like, I fucking knew it. You were like, yeah, fuck him. I don't want to hang out with him anymore anyway, because you were at the end of your tether with him because he was because
he was just begging. So yeah, we've had some pretty wild times, some amazing memories. I feel like our friendship is one of those friendships where we don't see each other loads, but when we do, it's no time's passed.
No, seriously. But it is because you were my first real friend. Yeah, to be honest. So it was, it's
and
crazy.
You know what? I'm just loving seeing you thrive now. You're just
you're
in your, I don't know, I feel like you've had so many.
I'm in my girlfriend era. I'm in my happy era. So
you're doing this. I think this is your podcast is really,
I feel like
really
I've really found my feet.
You have. And I think it's taken you a few peaks and troughs to get there, but love it for you.
Speaking of lifing, you're pregnant.
I am. She's up
and engaged. The whole shebang.
Double whammy. Honestly, tell everyone. From the moment you've met me, I've just wanted.
You're a mum. You're such a mum. You were my mum for a bit.
You were my firstborn.
I was your firstborn. I truly was. Oh my God, bless. No, I mean, I just from the moment I met Emily, you've always just been a home. What's it called? Home. You were a nester. You just are such a caring, warm person. And I just always knew that this was something that's just meant for you. And you always just wanted, I think you were always looking for your other half as well that was like you. And through the crap that you went through, you finally found the perfect guy for you.
Honestly,
he's amazing.
I say to girls now, I'm stay strong, girlies.
Stay strong.
You'll find the one.
The streets are hard, but it's worth it in the end.
The streets are hard, but they get shiny in the end.
Yeah, they do. Oh.
You just you got to know your worth. You got to stick to your guns, and what is meant for you won't pass you by. Yeah. God, am I right? You should get that tattooed on me.
Yeah.
Maybe it's your next one.
Oh, definitely not. I've stopped with them. But how did you find out you were pregnant?
Well, Lottie, I took a test. No,
but you were trying, weren't you?
Yeah. So I tell you what, we were trying for honestly a year. When I say trying, I'm saying not being careful.
Yeah.
Read between the lines. And then I kind of got to a bit of a point where I was tracking my ovulation and kind of getting a bit weirdly obsessed with it. And nothing was happening. And obviously, when you become a bit fixated on things, I genuinely think it makes your ovaries a bit I don't know, I think your body just knows that you're overthinking everything. So nothing happens. So then we decided, because we were summer's coming up. We've got weddings, hen do's, whatever. Let's just leave it for a bit and we just try again end of summer. And it was literally the month where I just
had given
up.
Wow.
And there we go. There we are.
That's probably because you're stressed, so you're thinking about it. And your whole body gets stressed. Yeah.
I know it's so much easier said than done, but if anyone's listening to this and you're trying for a baby, genuinely try your hardest to not get fixated on it and overthink it and let it consume your mind, because it does help if you just
Chill out.
Let it happen when it happens.
Let it happen through love.
Let it happen through love. Exactly that. But yeah, no, it's so exciting.
How was your engagement as well? I'm dying to hear, because I love engagement videos. I love that sort of stuff. It always makes me tear up. So when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, I need to hear the story behind it. Did you have a hunch or anything?
No, not at all, to be honest with you, because he had done this quite a good elaborate lie. He basically, because I book everything, because you know what I'm like.
Yeah.
I'm the organizer.
Mama.
I book all the holidays. I tell her I'm the one who organizes all the things in the relationship. And he was he must have been like, how the hell am I going to propose to this girl when, she's just going to know if I've booked a random trip. So we stayed at this hotel last year and we loved it. But our room was quite because it's a really old building. The room was really dark with only had a little tiny round window. I mean, I didn't think anything of it. But also Jordan's sister and brother-in-law had a suite and their aircon was leaking. So he had made up this lie that he'd complained to the hotel about it and just said oh, it was a bit disappointing that our room was really dark and blah. He didn't do any of this, by the way. He's just made all of this up.
And they'd given him a free...
and they'd given him a free weekend, and if we wanted to go that weekend. And he obviously rang me being like, hey, I've complained about last year. I just wanted to kind of wangle a deal. And they've said, oh, we can go back. So I was like,
did you actually believe it?
I was like, okay, influencer, getting the Belmont Hotel.
He was taking a leaf out of your book.
Yeah, I was like, I've never had anything like that gifted before, but fair enough. He was like, can you book the flights as well? Because obviously I always book the flights. So he was like, oh, just look at flights and book them, blah, blah. So I was there, booking all the flights. And then when we got there, it was the second day and it was only as we were going out for dinner, was he being a bit shifty. I'm talking pacing around, saying he was going to go check on massage. He was like, yeah, I'm going to go book some massages for tomorrow. I was thinking, when have you ever booked anything in your life? But fair enough.
Be for real.
I was like,
that's when you knew. You were like, yeah, there's something going on here.
Yeah, exactly. But honestly, from not until that moment did I really have an inkling. He was so chilled, so relaxed. It was amazing. It was in Florence at this really lovely hotel called the San Michele, and it was sunset. And he had organised this photographer. It was on this terrace. He had organised, which I didn't see, thankfully, a photographer. He was hiding in the bush opposite. And then after, no word of a lie, he was like, right, we've got him for an hour. So we had to go around the whole hotel doing literal shots of me running through rose bushes thinking I'm
but that's quite cute.
I don't know who I thought I was. We were snogging and being proper cringe.
Oh, but that's so nice.
Going, this with my ring.
Oh yeah, the whole
woo! Yeah. And then it was amazing. I genuinely couldn't have thought of it. It was unbelievable. And you really do go in an engagement bubble. It is a thing. You just feel, and you get so
warm
much
and fuzzy.
Warm and fuzzy, and you get so much, and everyone's so happy for you, and you get so much love from everyone, and it's just I don't know, it's a very wholesome vibe.
That's so nice though.
I know, love it.
I can't wait, honestly. I'm sober. I can't wait to get engaged.
Well, I think part of it was obviously he didn't propose to me because I'm pregnant. He was always going to plan to do that anyway.
Obviously, no one else knew this, obviously, at the time, but you were pregnant when you were engaged.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because obviously no one else knew that. So
I know, and I'm holding a glass of champagne in the
picture to not give it,
But I obviously didn't drink it, but for the mums out there, you're going to have a go at me.
Yeah.
And that champagne did not touch my lips. But that's why we're going to get married in 2026, because I was like, I had a sober engagement. I want a blackout wedding. You know what I mean?
Honestly strongly, heavily fuck with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was amazing.
The wedding is going to go the fuck off. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. I just can't wait.
Do you know what you're going to do for it yet?
Yeah, but, Lottie, I've had a Pinterest board at the ready for 3 years. Seriously. Who do you think I am? I planned the whole thing.
It's ready to go.
I've got to do is
I have to say the word, and it's go ahead time.
Book those damn flights. Yeah. So everything's been kind of yes, I'm such a sado.
No, but that's cute. I honestly do the same shit. I'm on Pinterest with my when I got my place, I literally was on Pinterest, just every single room has its own Pinterest board. I was like, this is cute, love.
It's just also manifesting, girlies. You want to manifest that stuff.
Yeah.
You want it to happen.
Maybe I should start planning my wedding then.
Definitely. And rings. You got to get a ring board.
Yeah.
But you know what? I actually, some women, they like tell exactly their boyfriends what they want ring-wise. Yeah. I thought to myself, you know what? I'm not going to be that pushy, annoying girlfriend. Not that girlfriends are annoying when they do that, but I choose...
not that I'm annoying.
Yeah, not that I'm annoying. I choose everything in the relationship. So I think it would be really, really lovely if I just... That's the one thing he gets to do.
Yeah.
So I was like...
damn well knows he's not planning any of that wedding. He ain't got the napkins. He's not doing shit.
Yeah, I mean...
He just has to show up. You'll send him a suit and then just be like, this is the time of the day.
Oh, that's his idea of heaven, though. He doesn't want to. He's like...
But this is because you found your perfect... Like, it's a perfect pair. Do you know what I mean?
Perfect pair.
What you lack, he probably makes up from. What he lacks, you probably make up for. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah.
That is definitely what it is. And also, at the same time, we're very similar with things
So did he choose the ring then? He
chose it all. He designed it.
Did you like it?
I loved it. I couldn't have chosen anything better. Like, genuinely.
Aww.
So
like, that's so cute.
Honestly, like, I couldn't have asked for a better engagement, like, it was all perfect.
I'm so soppy, right? I don't know why I'm so soppy. I don't know, maybe it's because I've had a glass of something.
She's more emotional than me.
You're rubbing off on me. No, but I'm so happy for you. Honestly,
Thanks,
it's so nice to like hear that people like, from, that I'm friends with and things like that, just like are happy and it's going well and,
Oh, it's just exciting.
We're all growing up now. Do you know what I mean?
We're changing eras.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just I'm entering my mum.
No,
era.
I'm not. I don't think I'll ever leave like me being crazy Lottie, but she just comes out less now.
Do you want children?
Yes, definitely.
How many?
I think 2 is my ideal. And I would only like to have boys. And I know that sounds crazy, right? But I've thought this through. I'm a boy mum, I think. But I've thought this through. And I think if I have a girl, she'll be me, but worse. And I don't really want to see that. I don't want to live for that.
You cannot recreate that.
I can't do that to the world, to people, to civilization. Like, she will be crazy.
Babe, there is only one Lottie Moss.
True.
And there will only ever be one Lottie Moss. So,
yeah.
You don't know, you may birth an angel.
Do you imagine? That will be my punishment.
Don't put yourself down like that. I could actually see you with both. I really could. You are very girly girl, even though
I am a girly girl, yeah.
But you are very girly too. So I think you'd be fine.
Well, we'll see. Evan, just...
Do you know what?
Take notes.
Is that what your boyfriend's called?
Yeah.
How do I not even know his name?
No, because his Instagram name is Ketema.
Oh.
Yeah. It's actually not even... It's not what you think.
I trust you to have a boyfriend called Ketema.
So that's actually... The reason he's called Ketema is because it's a place in Morocco that he loves.
Sure.
Yeah.
And he's a DJ.
Yeah, but when you look it up on Google Maps, it doesn't come up. So it's his place, but it's just, it's very low key. No, I'm joking. But yeah, but like, I love him and like we
What's
are
his
so
last
great.
name?
But I also Campbell. He's Irish.
Oh, nice. Oh, I love Irish people.
So I went to Galway to meet his family.
Did you feel like P.S. I love you?
Wait, is that filmed in Galway?
I don't know, but it's like giving
It's Irish vibes.
Irish. Oh my God. And what about...
It was amazing.
Did you sing, she played a fiddle in an Irish band?
I always sing that to him and he gets really annoyed.
But, oh my God, I can so see you as a Galway girl.
But it was honestly probably because this is my first like adult relationship that's like actually he likes me and doesn't cheat on me. I think this is probably the first one where I've been like, I actually want to make an effort and do those things and like meet the family and like, we do like the cute couple shit together. Because the last guys, I mean, it wasn't really going very well, was it? It was all like car crash after car crash.
Yeah, you just couldn't have had much more bad luck, I don't think.
No, it's truly. So how do you think, because obviously like you've dated other people, you were going out with Harvey from Made in Chelsea also. How do you think like those relationships differ? Like, because I feel like you and him lived together and it was very serious and stuff. Like, how did that?
I think growing up, I've had multiple boyfriends. I've always been a boyfriend girly.
Yeah,
I've always had a boyfriend. Lottie's always like...
You had like one single era that I loved.
I had literally 6 months of being single. Yeah. And do you know what? I always say this to my friends. I'm like, each one of any boyfriend I've ever had is, and you'll know this as well, you just learn as you grow up and kind of like through the relationships, what it is and what it isn't that you will and you won't tolerate. Yeah. And it just takes a bit of time, I think, just to like figure that out and figure out what you do want in a guy. And then you do end up finding your person. It just does, you've got to get there.
The thing is you have to, and like, it's so weird. As soon as I decided that I wasn't putting up with shit anymore, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like I actually, like I got to a point where I was like, if one more man fucks me over, like I will literally lose my mind. Like I'm going to go like clinically insane. And that moment that I decided that, and I went like cold turkey on the fuckboys, I was like, I'm not standing for that. Any red flag that I saw from a guy, I was like, no. That's when I met Evan.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's when I met someone that treated me. He treats me so well. Like, I mean, I have to push him to get me flowers, but we get there in the end.
That's fine. That's
but
fine.
You know what I mean?
No
It's little
men
things,
are like
it's
that.
little things like that I have to worry about now. That I'm like, that's the only thing in their relationship that's like causes like a slight argument. And it's so weird because it is that moment that I decided like I deserve better. Like I'm better than this, and I don't want to do this anymore. That it actually happened. How did you and Harvey end?
God, I actually can't even remember. Well, I can remember. It was on Made in Chelsea.
If you want to watch it, you can
go back,
flip on over to Channel 4.
20 something or other. He cheated, so you know it was one
over,
of those.
yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, you know, I could have gone back to him if I wanted to, but you have to stand your ground. You have to be strong. You have to put your foot down. And
you don't really put up with any bullshit, though.
But that's why then you find a good one, because you have to be. Like I say, trust me. I have had loads of insecurities, but I just have to tell myself, like, and remember, like, know your worth. And I always say this to my friends when they're going through breakups and stuff. This is how I dealt with my breakups. When I, like, something was going wrong with a guy, men are very simple. If they want to, they will.
Yeah.
Like, it's so black and white. You have to be so feral with yourself.
It's so simple, and they're so simple-minded, and I hate to say it, but, like, sorry to the men out there, but, like, they are so simple-minded. Like, if they want to text you, they will.
Yeah.
Like, if they don't give a shit about you, they will damn well show you that they don't care.
Exactly.
Like, there's no reading between the lines. And like, I think when you're younger, you kind of think, oh, like, because you think that men are like you when you're younger. So you're kind of like, oh, well, if I really like someone, but I don't want to show it, like I wouldn't say, you know, I wouldn't text them, or I'd be a bit hard to get. Men aren't. One thing men aren't is hard to get. They are just like, if they like you, they'll go for it.
Well, it's, you know, like, oh, you know, my ex would be like, oh, but I love you. It's like, well, you don't, because you don't. So if you did, you wouldn't have treated me like that. So why don't we just cut the shit? So I'm just cutthroat with it all. And, you know, at that age, I just knew I didn't want to waste time.
Yeah.
But how I, like, went through breakups and how I dealt with breakups, right? It's like a little tip. It's hard to do, but it works. When I felt sad, I would then turn the sad feeling into excitement. I'd hype myself up and be like, oh my God, who am I going to be with next?
Yeah.
Who's going to be my next partner? How exciting. Like, I can be with the girls now. I can book this trip. And I used to just really like turn the negatives into like positives.
It's so hard to do though when you're in that.
I know, it's hard.
But I think it does get easier, I think,
you're
as well.
allowed to have your day.
Do you know what? I think it does get easier the older you get, with the whole like, the excitement of like the next thing that might be better. Do you know what I mean? Because like now I think when you're a bit older, you're a bit more mature, you can look at it like, well, that, like I look at it now with all these guys that I was dating like in the last like year before Evan. I was like, well, this obviously didn't work out for a reason, and there's a reason why me and this guy didn't work out. That's how I looked at it. I was like,
totally.
Obviously we're not like meant to be for each other then. Do you know what I mean? So that's how I got over it. I was like, oh, well, it's not meant to be them. That the universe is pushing me towards something with somebody else or something else.
You have to trust the process. You have to trust the universe. And I think it's just so, I mean, look, so much can change.
She's living proof.
Literally, like, genuinely, no, I I'll give it to myself. Like, I am.
Yeah. But I never thought I'd learn. Like, I truly didn't ever think I'd like not go with like fuckboys and like guys that, because they make you excited. Going with a guy that's a bit dangerous or a bit like bad for you is kind of like exciting, but like.
No, but why is it like when men aren't interested, like, why do we love them?
That's the thing. It's literally.
Why, when they're nice and interesting, why do we just love them?
Boring. Yeah. Like,
it's just.
But that was my attitude to it. I just, all of the guys that actually liked me, I was like, no. But then the guys that like actually hated me, I was like, I'm obsessed with it. I thought I was never going to get over that. And then I met someone that just like ticked the boxes that I didn't even know like needed to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything just like fit into place. And I was like, okay.
And it does. And I feel like when it's the right person, it's effortless.
Yeah.
So like there's no effort.
It was never any like, it was never difficult.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so weird. I was like, because it's always been difficult for me with men. It's always been like, oh, there's this and then there's this. You know what it's like when there's always something that pops up. And with Evan, there just never is. There's just nothing. I was like, this is going like weirdly well, you know?
I know. And I feel like some of my friends, I feel like there's a 29 wobble. So either men or women that have been in long relationships when they're 29, they mainly men actually, I'd say, they have this like freak out, and it's like a make or break age, I feel. Like they either, like I only know this because loads of my friends have been in relationships for like 5-10 years. Their boyfriends hit like 30 and then they just sack them off out of nowhere.
Do you know what it is? I think it's because then they realise like it either has to go one way.
It's either proposal.
You're either stuck with them for life or you can end it now.
But it is that age. It is that thing. And I think a lot of my friends who are now early 30s and only recently just broken up for their long-term relationship, their whole like lives have been turned upside down because they had planned to be with this person forever. And I just literally, I was like to my friend the other day who's just been broken up from a long-term relationship. I was like, so much can change. I mean, I got pregnant and engaged in 6 months.
That is true.
You know, do not panic. Do not worry. Time is on your side. You are so fine. So much can happen in a year, in 6 months. So do not panic.
Yeah. It's true that you never know when you're going to meet the right person.
Oh, and it's when you're least expecting it. Honestly, it really, really is.
I had truly given up when I met Evan. I had truly given up. When he was like, do you want to go on a date? I was like, at least I'll get free drinks and a shag. Like, do you know what I mean? I was like, that's all I'm looking for this date. Like, it's like, that's the best case scenario out of this whole situation. And obviously ended up like being way more than that. I didn't even sleep with him on the first day. I actually waited, which was like strange. But I just I kind of knew. I was like, I like this guy and I want to see him again. So I was like,
could you see yourself moving to Galway?
Fuck no. Fuck no. Do you know what? I love it there and it's beautiful and his family are great and everyone's lovely. But like everyone's super nice, but I'm a city girl. Do you know what I mean?
But do you know what? If you had kids,
I love like with kids and stuff. I think I would, but I'd move to the countryside. I'd love to live, and he's the same. He would love to live in the countryside, but I would need to be able to drive into London, have a girls' night, have a glass of wine with the girls. Do you know what I mean?
I could really
be able to be around people, go to the parks here. Like I love walking down the street here. Like I love it. There's something about the city bustle.
I know what you mean. Yeah, you are a city girl.
I would like to have a home that's not in London.
Yeah.
You know? I wouldn't want to raise my kids actually in London.
Have you ever tried any Irish dancing?
Are you interviewing me now?
Yeah. I know, I could just really... I went to an Irish wedding in Shannon 2 weeks ago.
So that's what I flew into.
Did you?
Yes!
Yeah, and they had Irish dancers.
See, I've never seen anyone Irish dance. Should I ask him to Irish dance for me?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to get him when he's drunk and be like, Irish dance for me.
I wonder if he can. It's like tap dancing almost. It's hard work.
Have you tried it then?
No, but I watched. And tried it pregnant.
Yeah, true.
The baby in my belly would be like, what's going on?
I thought you're not that pregnant. I feel like you could still get away with it.
Babe, you know I'm 5 months pregnant.
What?
I'm not 12 weeks. I'm 5 months pregnant.
I thought you were literally 3 months.
I'm giving birth in 4 months.
I thought you were...
I'm not joking.
But your bump is quite small.
Potentially on your birthday.
Oh my God.
Please no.
Potentially on my twin.
No.
Oh my God, my twin. Love
no,
that.
no, not on your birthday. But
imagine if your baby is my second coming. It's me, but worse.
I can't even speak. I'm speechless. I'm sweating. My pits are pouring.
No, to be fair, it's boiling in here.
No, it's just the thought of I love you, but you were my firstborn and I couldn't actually, I gave up.
Yeah, to be
fair. I
fair.
solidly gave up.
Oh my God, wait, I can't believe you're 5 months. You look so small for
thank you. I don't feel small, but yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Still skinny.
I've been eating my way through those 5 months, let me tell you that. Well, you just have to, don't you?
Yeah, you got to enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? If you've got something growing inside you, you've got to eat.
Yeah, and I'm just baby wants what the baby wants.
Do you have any weird cravings, pregnancy cravings?
I've gone through different stages. So there was a jam on toast stage, but the toast had to be kind of burnt.
Okay.
Then there was a crunchy stage where I love crunchy things, apples, cucumbers. Then there was the pickled onion Monster Munch. Yeah, no, weird.
That's crazy. That's rogue.
But I'm talking I was obsessed with them for 2 days. I'm not
Oh, really?
Yeah, I always thought cravings were well, firstly, I've heard some weird ones where people eat sides of sofas and sponges and stuff.
Stop,
and
what?
Yeah, they get
I've never heard that.
And ice, a lot of women
ice, I've heard, yeah.
I've not really. I've kind of just wanted to eat anything and everything.
I feel
and I didn't throw up.
That's me every day anyway. So not much will change when I'm pregnant then.
But yeah, very excited. Very, very excited. Can't wait. I just feel also nervous though. I'm oh my gosh. what do I do?
Yeah, that is the thing, isn't it? That's the one thing I'm like, I just wouldn't know what to do with it.
I don't think anyone knows what to do though. I think you just wing it.
But I think it is just like, we are built for this. This is what we are not made for, but you know what I mean? This is what we are programmed in our bodies to give birth, to like have children. Do you know what I mean?
I've heard some weird facts, which I never knew.
Go on, give us some weird facts.
So, you know when some women get like the line from their belly button to...
Yes, I've seen that.
On their belly, it's like a big line. Apparently, that dark line is like a marker. I mean, someone could be just literally lying to me. It's like a marker for the baby to be able to see up to the nipples. So like find its way to the nipples, and your nipples go dark.
That's so strange.
So the baby can see the nipples. Like, should I keep saying the word nipples?
Nipple.
Who came up with the word nipple? Do you ever sit here and
We're going off on a tangent here. Who came up with the word nipple?
I wonder who
have you had
at
any
it
weird, like, you know what it's called, where you get baby brain, where you forget about things?
Yeah, so I didn't know my left and my right for a while. I kept wanting to say left, but I meant right, and vice versa.
That's funny.
I've always got baby brain though.
Have you noticed anything else? Like, do you need to pee a lot?
Yeah, I need to pee a lot. I don't sleep as well at night anymore. What other things? Do you know what? I've been pretty lucky. I mean, some women are super sick. I haven't been sick, which is good. I did feel very nauseous at the beginning, but that goes. I've kind of, do you know what? I'd say like the tip is you've got to just get on with it. Like you have to, the more you do and like you just kind of like distract yourself, the quicker it goes. And then you're out the trenches of the first trimester, which is the worst bit.
Oh, it is the trenches.
It's the trenches. You feel very weird. Yeah. Like your body is just rushing with hormones.
Because I was pregnant and had an abortion, but when I was pregnant for those 2 weeks, I was like, it was hell. Like it was truly hell.
Yeah, it gets better.
Because it was like the throwing up, all of that. It was just like a lot. Do you know what I mean? I was also very young, so it was like very, very different scenario. But like, yeah, fuck. But then it's all worth it at the end, isn't it? It's
so worth it. The feeling is I've only just started to kind of like get the pregnancy bump, which I'm kind of enjoying. I'm going to Rihanna it.
You're going to wear like cute pregnancy outfits?
Nothing
like ones with like your belly,
anymore.
like with like, like crop tops with like your belly out and stuff.
Well, I've never really been a crop top girly as it is, but yeah, I think I might.
Just become really like...
Next time you see me, I'll have a fluorescent crop top on.
Oh my God, I'm actually jealous. To be fair, I can't wait for the pregnancy outfits when I get pregnant. Like I'm still gonna wear the same shit. I don't care.
That makes me nervous just thinking about
I'm still gonna wear the same outfits, but just be pregnant. Like, I'm gonna wear pink stiletto heels. I'm gonna go out. I don't care.
You're gonna have a mini skirt on.
I'm gonna have a mini skirt on. Yeah, I want to be hot and pregnant. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be some like frump. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that is one thing I don't want to do. I really don't want to I don't want to be frumpy.
Give up. Do you know what I mean?
want to still stay because let me tell you,
it makes me so sad when I see these women that give up after they have a baby and they dress in like.
Don't let me do that.
No, I won't.
If I do, trust me, you need to call me, get me back on this podcast, and sort me out.
I saw that ugly ass corduroy jumpsuit that you're wearing. Take it off now.
I like jumpsuits.
To be fair, I think it's depends.
More like smocks, you know?
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's like the blouses
from the white company.
The blouses from like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's like a smock thing.
What's it like Bowden? Not to slag off Bowden. Not to slag off Bowden, but like...
I need to be a MILF.
You need to be hot.
I need to be a hot mum.
I want to see you in a Range Rover with like Dior sunglasses on, like a hot outfit on and blow dry, picking up your kids from school. Do you know what I mean?
God. Pinterest, get it up now.
Yeah. Like Victoria Beckham, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I really
6-inch heels, like.
You'll be like legally blonde, but a mum.
Truly, yeah. I can't wait to dress my kids in the most like outrageous things as well. Even if they're boys, I'm gonna dress them in like pink. I seriously don't care. So we have come to this segment of my podcast, which I love to do, which is called Bedtime Stories. When it's just me, I like to give people advice. But since I have a lovely guest on, I have decided to make her give the advice.
Okay, can't wait.
Okay, so the first one. Lottie and Emily now. My guy's package is more micro than I anticipated. I really like him, but sometimes I feel like I'm missing out on more. Do I bring this up? Help before I start Googling prosthetic options. Sophia.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
How long has she been with this guy?
We don't know the backstory.
Oh, well, I feel like we need context.
I know what you mean. Some of them I'm like, I need a bit of context here. Do you know what I mean?
Oh no.
Yeah. If you're too deep in, you're too deep in. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got to just, if he's great, then the package, does the package matter for you?
you do have to live with it for the rest of your life.
Mhm.
Like, you know, it's got to suffice in that area because you're with it for a long time.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say on the matter.
You could also just
do what you will.
You could
with
also
that.
just get a dildo, but
all that, yeah.
Is this is very? I'm like, is this me? Is going to prison a red flag? I'm like, did I write this? Like, I recently met a girl. A girl, love, definitely was me then. This is my boyfriend, literally writing in.
I die.
Evan's like, is going to prison a red flag?
Have you told him about your?
Yeah. He knows. Yeah.
He knows about your criminal background.
Now he's asking me for advice. I recently met a girl. We've gotten really well so far, but she told me she was in prison for credit card fraud last year. I'm not too worried about this because I really like her, but my brother told me I'm being stupid.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, that basically means she's like a fraudster and she's nicking people's money.
It's the guy that I used to the guy that I used to know, literally.
So
but yeah, if she's stolen before, she'll steal again. Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're that type of person,
and it could be your credit card next time.
That's what, yeah, 100%.
So yeah, I think dump her.
Get rid.
Yeah, get rid. All right. I recently wrote one cute comment on my boyfriend's Instagram, and suddenly he's disabled all the comments. Now he doesn't even post me on his stories like
Red
he
flag.
used to. Red flag. And won't post any new pictures of us. What is this all about?
He's
seeing other people.
He's seeing other people.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
I think we can collectively say that he is.
Right.
Yeah.
Do that thing where in the night you shine the phone to his face, open the phone, go on the Instagram and look at his messages. Guarantee there's girls in there that he's been DMing.
Wait, shine the light on the phone. What are you talking about?
Like, so the iPhone can see his face. You know what I mean?
That's
so you
crazy,
can unlock
but I
it with
love
the
it.
face.
I love that. Have you done that before?
No, but I'm kind of like thinking, I've just come up with a great idea.
Yeah. Might as well use it.
But to be fair, Jordan doesn't really get, he doesn't
He wouldn't be, do you know what I mean?
He doesn't make me feel, he posts me all the time.
Yeah, he does actually. I think he was the one that I saw his engagement like photos first or something. I love that. All right, my best friend's got a new boyfriend and she's now acting like I've got the plague. Apparently he doesn't like me and suddenly she's too busy to hang out. I don't want to lose her over some man-child who wears socks and sandals. How do I get her back?
For the first bit, you've got to let it run.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the first bit is honeymoon period. They'll be all over each other. However, doing your own thing and staying and having your own identity is so important.
Also, I feel like when the guy, like I've had this before with a situation where one of my friends was dating a guy, I hated him because I knew that he was just not it. And they then turned the girl against you. Like he turned my friend against me because he was like, she's on to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they normally do that when they realize that you really truly care for them because then they're like, oh, we need to get her away because, you know, otherwise she will, you know, get in between us.
Yeah.
So,
it's a tricky one.
It's a tricky one.
But you do just have to let it run its course.
I think it's a red flag from the boyfriend, to be honest. And yeah, but there is just nothing you can do. You have to let it ride out, let her come back to you.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, thank you guys for watching and listening. Emily, thank you so much for coming on the pod today. Love you. Can't wait for the wedding. Thank you so much.